Chapter 14 of the Narrative of Sojourner Truth by Olive Gilbert and Sojourner Truth. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Holly Jensen. Chapter 14 Slaveholders' Promises. After emancipation had been decreed by the state, some years before the time fixed for its consummation, Isabella's master told her, if she would do well and be faithful, he would give her free papers 1 year before she was legally free by statute. In the year 1826 she had a badly diseased hand, which greatly diminished her usefulness. But on the arrival of July 4th, 1827, the time specified for her receiving her free papers, she claimed the fulfillment of her master's promise. But he refused granting it, on account, as he alleged, of the loss he had sustained by her hand. She pleaded that she had worked all the time, and done many things she was not wholly able to do, although she knew she had been less useful than formerly. But her master remained inflexible. Her very faithfulness probably operated against her now, and he found it less easy than he thought to give up the profits of his faithful belle, who had so long done him efficient service. But Isabella inwardly determined that she would remain quietly with him only until she had spun his wool, about 100 pounds, and then she would leave him, taking the rest of the time to herself. "Ah," she says with emphasis that cannot be written, "the slaveholders are terrible for promising to give you this or that, or such and such a privilege, if you will do thus and so, and when the time of fulfillment comes, and one claims the promise, they, forsooth, recollect nothing of the kind, and you are like as not taunted with being a liar, or at best the slave is accused of not having performed his part or condition of the contract." "Oh," said she, "I have felt as if I could not live through the operation sometimes. Just think of us, so eager for our pleasures, and just foolish enough to keep feeding and feeding ourselves up with the idea that we should get what had been thus fairly promised, and when we think it is almost in our hands, find ourselves flatly denied. Just think, how could we bear it? Why, there was Charles Broadhead promised his slave Ned that when harvesting was over he might go and see his wife, who lived some 20 or 30 miles off. So Ned worked early and late, and as soon as the harvest was all in, he claimed the promised boon. His master said he had merely told him he would see if he could go when the harvest was over, but now he saw that he could not go. But Ned, who still claimed a positive promise, on which he had fully depended, went on cleaning his shoes. His master asked him if he intended going, and on his replying yes, took up a sled stick that lay near him, and gave him such a blow on the head as broke his skull, killing him dead on the spot. The poor colored people all felt struck down by the blow. Ah, and well they might. Yet it was but one of a long series of bloody and other most effectual blows struck against their liberty and their lives. Footnote: Yet no official notice was taken of his more than brutal murder. End of footnote. But to return from our digression. The subject of this narrative was to have been free July 4th, 1827. But she continued with her master till the wool was spun, and the heaviest of the fall's work closed up, when she concluded to take her freedom into her own hands, and seek her fortune in some other place. End of chapter 14. Recording by Holly Jensen.